She's at a place in her life where peace is a priority and negativity cannot exist. She's no longer matching energy. She's simply removing herself from any situation that doesn't vibrate her soul. So if you start moving funny, she's moving on.
What's up, my Finna love? Sisters Finna D coming to you all from Finna Team News. I know you can barely hear the laughter come out. You know, have you heard something so dumb that you can't even get mad? All you can do is just laugh because the person is just so delusional that you can't even give your energy to being upset. That's exactly what I'm going through right now. My goodness. Now I know most of you were waiting for me to drop the candy clap back at Marlo first, but that's where I was headed. I said, you know what? Every time something happens, you see the little clips here and there on social media, and then people take those clips and run with it. I'm never that way. I said, I'm going to take my time and I'm going to listen to the entire podcast from beginning to end to make sure I'm not missing anything. In the entire podcast, you know, she's talking, she's throwing her shade or whatever. And I'm going to break this up into a few parts. Right now, we are focusing on the Kenya Moore part. And the whole time I'm listening, I'm like, nothing new, same old different day. Marlo shading Kenya. It's not a shocker. That's all she's been doing. She admires Kenya so much, but her insecurities won't let her admit it. So the whole time, I'm just like, okay, we are definitely talking about Candy. And then Marlo said this. I'm the girl Kenya always wanted to be. Yeah, let me repeat that. I'm the girl Kenya Moore always wanted to be. Oh, sweetheart. On the Carlos King podcast. I mean, tears from laughing so hard. Even writing the title of the video, I can't stop laughing. It gotta be something. I'm not insinuating that Marlo is on anything, but you have to be on something to think. Kenya Moore. Kenya Moore, of all people, you are the girl that Kenya wanted to be? Huh? Y'all hear that clicking? That means they're trying to finish typing the title. And then I realized, like always, Marlo was looking for a moment because Kenya Moore is the moment. And she knows when she say things that are outrageous, this is what it's going to do. It's going to have people like myself and other people doing videos on it. And her name's going to be in the title and the headlines. And so mission accomplished, because even Marlo did not believe what she was saying. Carlos King was talking through the entire interview, and even at that part, he was speechless. Marlo, the entire interview, she kept talking about how real and authentic she is. Sweetheart. Oh, sweetheart. If you have to repeat it for an entire hour, who are you trying to convince? If you are so real and authentic, you don't have to keep repeating it. People will get that. It's almost like you're trying to prove to people that you are, and that's not how it works. Now, Carlos, you talk about being real, and yes, Carlos has some points where, you know, I was like, okay, good point, good question. But this was the time for you to keep it real with Marlo. This was your time to say, now, Marlo, hold on now. Okay, you know I rock with you, girl. You know I've been in your corner screaming for you to get a peach and all of that. But let us not sit here and play about Kenya Moore. Let us not sit here and be disrespectful to Kenya Moore's resume. I'm not disrespecting you, Marlo, and I'm not saying that you haven't accomplished things in your career. Well, why would Kenya Moore, of all people who have accomplished, and then go down the list, want to be you? What is it that you have accomplished that will make Kenya Moore want to be you? She's self-made. Not made because the sponsors gave her money. I don't have to run down Kenya Moore's resume and make this video 30 minutes long to even prove anything. Everyone knows why I'm laughing, because like, you have to be on something to sit there and make a statement like that with a straight face. Once again, Kenya Moore have more manner that she paid for. Cash. It's her home, okay? The home that Marlo is currently living in was given to her by her sponsor. 150 years later, she's finally building her own home, and kudos to Marlo, no shade there. But for some reason, Marlo cannot let go of recycled reeds from years ago. There's nothing she can come for or talk about in Kenya's current life, like I've been saying. So during her interview on the podcast, she went back to Kenya being broke when she came to Georgia and all of these different things. And it's like, and you are mad at her for calling you an ex-con? You are mad at her for repeating your past and things that you've done? But yet, every chance you get, you want to go back to the recycle reads your friend said to her. Things that don't really bother Kenya, because if you watch the episode, when Kenya was asked about the things that Marlo was saying, Kenya said, what is wrong with owning this? At least I could pay my rent. Next, that's where she started from, about Kenya being broke and Kenya not being the it girl. When she came to Atlanta, Marlo was already established, had it going on. It was an it girl, and Carlos just sat there listening to this mess, and I'm just like, yeah, something else is going on with her, because ain't no way the woman that was brought to Atlanta with a peach didn't come on as a friend. Her accomplishments is the reason why she was hired as a housewife. But yet you're saying that you were an it girl before the Kenya Moore. I respect people who might not be here for you and can also give you your props. Like when Kenya went on the Wendy Williams show and people touched us about to drag Portia and Nene, and she gave Nene her props and she gave Portia her props. Those are the people that are confident. Those are the real ones. When you don't have to sit there and lie to make yourself feel better. And that's why I'm not flashing Kenya accolades and accomplishments on the screen, because we all know who Kenya Moore is. We knew who she was before the Real Housewives of Atlanta. We did not know who the bleep Amala Hampton was. So I don't need to flash any of her accomplishments on the screen, because Kenya Moore is that girl, been that girl, will forever be that girl. But woman, but the saying is that girl. She's forever in the history books, Marlo. Just get over yourself and move on. The point where Marlo talked about Kenya wanting to be her, that's the only part I wanted to talk about, because it was so funny to me and I had to share it. But I'm like, you know what? Since we're here, let's just talk about all of the things Marlo had to say about Kenya Moore. And that's the only reason why you have a longer video, because the video been over when I talked about Marlo, Delusional, Thirsty, Desperate, Hampton. Carlos then said, what happened to you and Kenya? Carlos said, did you say something again? Basically referring to when Marlo said what she said about Kenya Moore's mother not wanting her, even though Marlo grew up in foster care. Okay? The hypocrisy of it all. Marlo then said, Kenya have no storyline. Without her talking about her soon-to-be ex-husband in Brooklyn, what else is there to talk about? But Marlo, without you talking about your nephews, what else is there for you to talk about? And that's the reason why you are making Kenya and Candy your storylines. Another hypocrisy. Marlo then said, talking about how she dressed like Kenya character during Dancing with the Stars. Kenya couldn't even come to her event with designers. She had to do the replica. I already did a video on this, and you all saw Marlo getting dragged, okay? Because Kenya came and shut her event down, and she's still upset that Kenya upstaged her at her own event, even though she had multiple outfits and Kenya one outfit shut her entire event down. Then she started to read herself and thought she was reading Kenya. She claims that I need therapy, but Kenya needs 24/7 therapy. She needs to go a few times a day. She's crazy. She's blips up in the head. There's Marlo going in, okay? And so Carlos said, I'm doing a separate video on this, so I'm not going to talk about her friendship with Nene at all. But Carlos said, after everything Nene have done to you, you are showing Nene grace. Why can't you extend the same grace to Kenya? And Marlo goes, not anymore. But I'm shaking my head and saying, wait a minute. Wasn't it you that's been chasing Kenya more for years to give you a second, a third, a fourth chance? The last time I remember, Kenya left you exactly where you belonged. You are the one that's been looking for a moment from Kenya. Kenya has been ignoring you. Then it was you and Cynthia Bailey begging her on that last season for her to give you a chance, and she finally accepted your apology and gave it. So since when did Kenya want any grace or a friendship from you? You've been the one chasing Kenya around. And that's why I'm calling her delusional and a hypocrite, because Kenya is all types of crazy and all of these different names, but you've been chasing her around all of these years to be in her life. I'm going to explain the reason why in the Nene video. And then she continues, the problem with Kenya is, I'm not who you want me to be. She then threw shade at Kenya's soon-to-be ex-husband. And then she continued, Kenya wants me to be a certain way, a certain person, and that's not who I am. As friends, I should be able to tell you about yourself, and we can still be cool and move on. And I'm just like, yeah, you can tell your friends about themselves, but you're not my friend if you think you get to emotionally and verbally abuse me, hit below the belt, say hurtful things to me, and I'm going to tolerate you because I'm so desperate to have a friend. Chaba, you and your disgusting behavior can go somewhere else, because I'm not tolerating that nonsense. And then she said that every time Kenya reads her, Kenya thinks she's hurting her feelings, but she actually enjoys it. And sometimes she wants to pick up the phone and call Kenya and say, yes, but, she was doing everything in her power to have this moment of, oh, Marlo dragged and read Kenya. But the thing is, when you spend almost 10 minutes talking about someone, all that person had to do is say one line for that one line in an interview to make an impact, compared to you having to tell an entire story and talk for over 10 minutes about one person. Who's the one invested? You are. And like I said, she admires Kenya. She looks up to Kenya, but her insecurities won't let her be great. And then she says, Kenya is mad with God, okay? Don't be mad with God, because now we report to the same boss. But, Marlo, are you dumb? You've been reporting to the same boss. The only difference is you have a peach. You and Kenya been on the same platform. It doesn't mean you are on her level or share the same accolades or resume or anything. Just because you're in the same room and sitting at the table, it's like, let's just say I was someone who wanted to get my foot in the door, and I got the job to answer the phones and bring my bosses the coffee and things like that to the conference room. Just because I'm in the conference room with the coffee in my hand and sitting in on a meeting with the CEO of the company because I brought the coffee for everybody, doesn't mean I'm the CEO of the company just because we are in the same room. There's still levels. And based on certain things that she confirmed, she was a side chick. Because according to Candy, the guy that she was talking about was in a committed relationship around the same time Marlo claims that she dated him. So just because the person wasn't his wife doesn't mean that he didn't cheat with you. But yeah, that's what Marlo have to say. But Nothing to see here. Marlo didn't say anything that we, haven't heard before. I just thought it was hilarious when she said that Kenya Boy is upset because she always wanted to be the person that Marlo is. And I'm just like, Kenya wants to be a convicted felon. Kenya wants to be a woman that slashed another woman in the face. That woman is no longer here with us. May her soul rest in peace. Kenya wants to be, you know what? I'm not even going to run down the list because, yes, Marlo, kudos to you for turning and changing your life around. But why would Kenya want to be anything that you are? You're not even a good person to say, you know what? Marlo might have this past, but the way how she speaks, the way how she carries herself, the way how she walks in the room, her heart is pure. Her heart is amazing. You don't even have a good heart. Candy advocated for you, and look at what you're doing. Flipping the finger to her, cussing her out for a woman who sat in an interview and said that you shouldn't get a peach. That's the woman. You're choosing to defend that woman over another woman who actually advocated for you to get a peach. But yet, Kenya Moore is the one who doesn't know how to be a friend. Nobody wants to be in a struggle, disgusting, toxic, emotionally, verbally abusive, single white female. They have the black version now, okay? Obsessed with me, wants my life, insecure, filled with jealousy, friendship. And she just can't stand it that Kenya knows her worth. I don't have to be friends with people. I don't have to be friends with terrible people. I'm not that desperate. I don't need to surround myself with negativity. Whatever she described as her friendship with Nene, which is going to come up next after I post a Candy video, is so disgusting. I feel bad for her. The desperation to be accepted because of the rejection that happened in her life at a very young age is leading her down a not so pleasant path with the Nene leaks, but that's a different video. I'm wishing all of you well and take care. And here my final loves. Thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.